I took a job to destroy a billionaire, expose his secrets, end his empire. But 3 weeks in, I found my own name in his files, and everything I thought I knew about my life was a lie. My name is Nina Reyes, 28 years old, investigative journalist, or at least I used to be. 6 months ago, the newspaper I worked for shut down. Funding dried up. Digital media killed print journalism. The usual story. Since then, I'd been freelancing, scraping by, writing fluff pieces for online magazines. 10 ways to organize your closet. Why your houseplant is dying. Nothing that mattered. Nothing that made a difference. I was at a coffee shop, laptop open, staring at my bank account. $247.13. Rent was due in a week. $1,200. The math didn't work. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Encrypted messaging app I'd used for sources back when I did real journalism. The message was simple. Job offer. Investigative work. $500,000 payment upon completion. Interested? I stared at it. $500,000. That was life-changing money. I typed back, "What's the job?" The response came immediately. Investigate Ethan Vale. Tech billionaire. Vale Industries. He's hiding something. Find it. Expose it. Payment is yours. Ethan Vale. I knew the name. Everyone did. Tech genius. Built Vale Industries from nothing. Now worth $4 billion. Specialized in data security and privacy technology. Ironic, given someone wanted me to expose his secrets. Why me? I typed, because you're hungry, because you're good, because you'll do what it takes. Who are you? Anonymous client. Payment in cryptocurrency. Untraceable. You'll never know who hired you. Better that way. This was sketchy. Obviously. Anonymous client. Massive payment. Vague objective. Every journalist instinct said walk away. But $500,000. What am I looking for specifically? Financial crimes. Hidden offshore accounts. Corporate espionage. Anything that proves Ethan Vale isn't the saint he pretends to be. And if I don't find anything, you will. Everyone has secrets. Especially billionaires. I should have said no. Should have recognized this for what it probably was. Someone with an agenda using me as a weapon. But I was desperate. And desperate people make bad decisions. I'll do it. Good. $50,000 advance wiring to your account now. Expenses covered. Get hired at Vale Industries. Whatever it takes. You have 6 months. My phone buzzed. Bank notification. $50,000 deposited. Holy shit. It was real. The application. Getting hired at Vale Industries was surprisingly easy. Too easy in retrospect. I applied for a position in their media relations department. My journalism background made me perfect for it. Sent in a real resume. Real references. No lies. 3 days later, I got a call. Ms. Reyes? This is Jennifer Park, HR at Vale Industries. We'd like to schedule an interview. That was fast. We move quickly when we see talent. How's tomorrow at 2 p.m.? The interview was in their Manhattan headquarters. Glass tower. Minimalist design. Everything expensive and understated. I met with the department head. Standard questions. My writing samples. My experience. You'll be working directly with Mr. Vale occasionally, she said. Preparing press materials. Managing media inquiries. He's very hands-on with public communications. I look forward to it. One more thing. Mr. Vale likes to personally approve all final hires in departments that work with him directly. He'll want to meet you briefly. My stomach flipped. Of course. 5 minutes later, I was in his office, and I met Ethan Vale for the first time. The meeting. He was younger than I expected. 35. Photos didn't do him justice. Dark brown hair. Sharp features. Gray eyes that looked like they could see through you. Expensive suit, but casual. No tie. Sleeves rolled up slightly. He looked up when I entered. Ms. Reyes, please sit. I sat across from his desk. He studied me for a long moment. Silent. It was unnerving. Your resume is impressive, he said finally. Columbia Journalism School. 5 years at the Tribune. Award-winning investigative pieces. Thank you. Why did you leave journalism? The Tribune shut down. Funding issues. And you've been freelancing since. Writing. He glanced at his screen. Organizational tips and plant care advice. Bills don't pay themselves. No, they don't. He leaned back. Why do you want to work here? Honestly, I need stable income. And I miss working on things that matter. Vail Industries does important work. Privacy technology. Data protection. That matters. Does it? Or are you just saying what you think I want to hear? I met his eyes. If I wanted to flatter you, I'd tell you I've admired your company for years and working here has been my dream. But that would be a lie. I need a job. You have an opening. My skills match. That's the truth. Something flickered in his expression. Amusement? Respect? Honesty? Refreshing. He stood, walked to the window, looked out at the city. Nina. Can I call you Nina? Sure. Nina. This job requires discretion. You'll be privy to sensitive information. Company strategy. Financial data. Private communications. Can you be trusted? Yes. How do I know that? You don't. Trust is earned. Give me the chance to earn it. He turned, looked at me with those penetrating gray eyes. I'm going to be very direct. This position has high turnover. People get hired. They're overwhelmed by the pace, the demands, the access to information they weren't ready for. They quit, or they make mistakes. Big ones. I won't. You sound very certain. I am. I've handled sensitive information my entire career. Sources I'd die before exposing. Stories I killed because they would have hurt innocent people. I know discretion. And what if you find something you think should be public? Something about this company? About me? My heart skipped. Was he testing me? Did he know? Then I'd come to you first. Give you the chance to explain. I'm a journalist. Was a journalist. I believe in truth. But I also believe in context. In fairness. Interesting answer. He walked back to his desk. Extended his hand. Welcome to Vail Industries, Nina. You start Monday. I shook his hand. Firm grip. Confident. Thank you. One more thing. Yes. I've been expecting someone like you. He said it casually, like a throwaway comment, but it made my blood run cold. What did that mean? Someone like me? The first week. Monday morning, 8 a.m. I arrived at Vail Industries with one objective: find dirt on Ethan Vail. My desk was in the media relations department. 10th floor. Glass-walled office. View of the city. Jennifer Park showed me around. Introduced me to the team. 6 people. All friendly. Professional. Mr. Vail likes morning briefings, Jennifer said. 8:30 a.m. You'll attend. He wants media relations present for all strategic discussions. Every morning. Every morning he's in the office, which is almost every morning. Great. Daily access to the target. At 8:30, I walked into his office. Ethan was at his desk. 3 other executives already there. CFO, CTO, General Counsel. Nina. Good. Sit. I sat. The meeting was intense. Fast-paced. They discussed quarterly earnings, product launches, competitor movements. Ethan was sharp, decisive. He'd ask a question, get an answer. Make a decision. Move on. No wasted time. And he watched everyone, including me. Nina, he said suddenly, we're launching a new privacy encryption product next month. How would you position it to media? Everyone turned to me. First day, first meeting, put on the spot. Focus on user control, I said, not on technology. People don't care about encryption algorithms. They care about owning their data. Position it as your information, your rules. Finally, silence. Then the CMO nodded. That's good. Simple. Clear. Ethan smiled slightly. Use that. Draft a press release by end of day. The meeting continued, but I felt his eyes on me, periodically, watching. After the meeting, I went back to my desk, started my real work. The search. I had access to company files, media archives, press materials, nothing classified, but enough to start. I searched for inconsistencies, red flags, financial irregularities, hidden transactions, offshore accounts. Nothing. Vail Industries' books were clean, transparent, publicly audited. I dug deeper. Personal finances. Ethan's tax returns were public record for major shareholders. All legitimate. No hidden wealth. No suspicious transfers. I searched for lawsuits, complaints, whistleblowers. Nothing. In fact, the opposite. Employee reviews were glowing. Best company I've ever worked for. Ethical leadership. Actually cares about people. Charity work I'd never heard about. Millions donated. Anonymously. I only found it because I cross-referenced foundation records with known Vail Industries shell companies used for legitimate tax purposes. He was hiding charity work? Who does that? By the end of week 1, I had nothing. No dirt. No secrets. No scandal. Just a successful company run by an apparently ethical billionaire. This was a problem. The interruption. Friday afternoon. I was in the archives, digital files, looking through 5 years of board meeting minutes, searching for anything. A careless comment. A questionable decision. Find anything interesting? I jumped. Ethan stood in the doorway. Jesus, you scared me. Sorry. I saw you were working late. Most people leave by 5 on Fridays. I closed my laptop casually, just getting up to speed, learning company history. By reading board minutes from 2019, shit, thorough preparation. I like to understand context. He walked closer, looked at my screen. That's a very specific definition of context. I'm a journalist. Was a journalist. Research is habitual. Is it research or investigation? My heart pounded. What's the difference? Research is neutral. Investigation implies looking for something specific. I'm looking to understand how this company operates, how you make decisions, so I can represent it accurately. By reading old board minutes about acquisition strategy, you never know what might be relevant. He studied me, those gray eyes seeing too much. Nina, if you have questions about how I run this company, ask me directly. I have nothing to hide. Everyone has something to hide. Do they? Or do they just have private things they prefer not to share? Is there a difference? Yes. Hiding implies shame. Privacy implies boundaries. I have boundaries, not secrets. Sounds like something someone with secrets would say. He almost smiled. You don't trust easily. I'm a journalist. Skepticism is professional. And what have you found? In your professional skepticism, nothing, which is suspicious in itself. How so? Everyone has dirt, bad decisions, questionable choices. But you, clean records, ethical practices, anonymous charity work. It's too perfect. Or it's just who I am. Nobody's that good. Maybe you've been around bad people too long. Forgotten what good looks like. He said it gently, not accusatory, almost sad. I should go, I said. It's late. Let me walk you out. Building security gets strict after hours. I can manage. I insist. We walked to the elevator together. Silent. In the elevator, he finally spoke. Nina, I meant what I said. If you want to know something about me or this company, ask. I'll answer honestly. Why? Because transparency builds trust. And I need people I can trust. You don't know me well enough to trust me. No, but I'm willing to take that risk. The elevator doors opened. Lobby. Good night, Nina. Good night. I walked to the subway, pulled out my phone, encrypted app, typed to my anonymous employer 1 week in. No dirt found yet. Subject is unusually transparent. Continuing investigation. The response, keep looking. Everyone has secrets, especially him. Week 2, the pattern. The second week, things got stranger. Ethan started showing up. Everywhere. I'd be in the break room. He'd appear. Coffee? I can never get the machine right. I'd work late. He'd still be there. Dedicated. I appreciate that. I'd review files. He'd interrupt. Finding what you need. It felt like surveillance, but gentle, non-threatening, like he was checking on me. Wednesday, there was a security incident. Someone tried to hack our servers. Failed, but it triggered lockdown protocols. Everyone evacuated to the lobby. I stood outside with other employees. Ethan appeared, scanning the crowd. His eyes found me. Relief flashed across his face. He walked over. You okay? Fine. What happened? External hack attempt. Blocked. But we evacuate as precaution. You came down to check on everyone? Yes. But he'd looked for me first. I'd seen it. That's very hands-on for a CEO. I care about my people. All 5,000 of them. Personally, something flickered in his expression. Some more than others. What did that mean? The all clear came. Everyone went back inside. But I couldn't shake the feeling. He wasn't just watching me because I was new. He was watching me like I was important. Like I mattered specifically. Why? The late night. Friday, second week. I stayed until 11 p.m. Building was empty. Just security and a few workaholics. I'd gotten deeper access. Convinced IT I needed historical financial data for press materials. They gave me read-only access to archived records. I searched everything. Transactions, contracts, communications, looking for the smoking gun, and found more charity, more ethical business practices, more evidence that Ethan Vale was exactly what he appeared to be. A genuinely good billionaire, which shouldn't exist. I was about to give up when I found something. A folder, labeled personal classified, encrypted. I shouldn't have access to this. But somehow my credentials worked. I opened it. Files. Lots of them. But not about the company. About people. Names I didn't recognize. Photographs. Addresses. Documents that looked like surveillance records. My stomach turned. Was this it? Was Ethan Vale running illegal surveillance? I opened one file at random. Young woman. Mid-20s. College student. Surveillance logs. Protection detail schedules. Threat assessments. Wait. Protection detail? I opened another file. Man 40s. Teacher. Same thing. Protection schedules. Threat monitoring. These weren't surveillance targets. They were people being protected. But from what? I scrolled through. Dozens of files. All the same pattern. People under protection. Threat assessments. Security details. All funded by Ethan Vale. Privately. Why would a tech billionaire be secretly protecting random people? I heard footsteps. Closed the laptop. Fast. Ethan appeared in the doorway. Nina. It's 11 p.m. What are you still doing here? Working. Preparing materials for the product launch. At 11 p.m. on a Friday? I'm thorough. He walked closer. Looked at my closed laptop. What were you actually working on? Press materials. Like I said. Nina. His voice was gentle. I know you're investigating me. My blood ran cold. I don't know what. It's okay. I understand why you would. Journalist instincts. Natural skepticism. But you're looking in the wrong places. Where should I be looking? At yourself. What? Go home, Nina. Get some rest. We'll talk Monday. He left. I sat there, shaking. At yourself. What the hell did that mean? The weekend. I spent the weekend obsessing. At yourself. What did Ethan mean? I searched my own name. Nina Reyes. Standard results. My journalism work. Social media. Public records. Nothing unusual. I dug deeper. Background check services. Public databases. Born in Chicago. Parents died in a car accident when I was 5. Raised by my aunt. She died when I was 16. Foster care until 18. Then college on scholarships. Standard tragic backstory. But something nagged at me. I'd always accepted my history. Never questioned it. But now, I pulled out my birth certificate. Documents my aunt had left me. Everything looked normal. But Ethan's words echoed. At yourself. What was I missing? Monday, the confrontation builds. Monday morning. I arrived early. Ethan was already in his office. Nina. Come in. Close the door. I did. Sit. I sat. I owe you an explanation, he said. For what? For watching you. For being present. You've noticed. I know you have. Yes. There's a reason. But I need you to trust me. Can you do that? Trust is earned. Fair. Then let me earn it. Ask me anything. About the company. About me. I'll answer honestly. This was my chance. The protection files I found. Friday night. People you're protecting. Who are they? He didn't flinch. Didn't deny I'd accessed classified files. Witnesses. People who saw things they shouldn't have. Things that powerful people want buried. What things? Corporate crimes. Government corruption. Conspiracies that reach very high. And you protect them? Why? Because someone has to. Because powerful people will kill to keep secrets. And these people, ordinary people who happen to see the wrong thing, they need protection. That's not your responsibility. Whose is it? The police? FBI? They're often part of the problem. Private security? Too expensive for regular people. So I do it. Quietly. Anonymously. That's actually noble. It's necessary. I studied him. This complex, impossible man. Why are you telling me this? Because you're one of them. The world stopped. What? You're one of the people I protect, Nina. You have been for 23 years. That's insane. I'm a journalist. I'm nobody important. You were 5 years old. Your parents witnessed a corporate murder. Executives from Meridian Energy killed a whistleblower. Covered it up as a suicide. Your parents saw it happen. They were going to testify. My parents died in a car accident. Your parents were murdered. Made to look like an accident. And you were next. A 5-year-old witness who might remember. Might talk. I stood. This is crazy. You're lying. Sit. Please. Something in his voice made me sit. He pulled out a file, slid it across the desk. Police reports. From 23 years ago. My parents' accident. Single car crash. No witnesses. But attached, investigator notes. Marked suspicious, brake line cut. Case closed anyway. No follow-up. I'm sorry, Ethan said quietly. I wish this weren't true. My hand shook. How do you know this? Because the person who saved you, who got you into witness protection under a new identity, that was my father. Your father. David Vale. He wasn't always a billionaire. He was FBI. Witness protection specialist. Your case was his last before he retired. He couldn't prove the murder. Couldn't prosecute. But he could hide you. So he did. That's my aunt wasn't my aunt? No. FBI agent. Retired. Volunteered to raise you. Keep you safe. She did. Until she died. Then I took over. You've been watching me? For years. Protecting you. Yes. From a distance. Making sure the people who killed your parents never found you. Making sure you stayed safe. I felt sick. My whole life is a lie. Your life is real. Your identity was constructed. But who you are, the journalist, the fighter, the person who cares about truth, that's all you. And now? Why tell me now? His expression darkened. Because they found you. The threat. Who found me? Meridian Energy. The company that killed your parents. They're still operating. Bigger now. More powerful. And they're still covering up crimes. What does that have to do with me? 3 weeks ago, someone started asking questions. About old witness protection cases. About children who disappeared in the early 2000s. They're looking for people who might have seen things. Who might remember. After 23 years, memory is dangerous. You were 5. You might not consciously remember. But your testimony could corroborate other evidence. If they find you, they'll kill me. Yes. I stood. Paced. This is insane. You're telling me my entire life has been a lie. That I'm in danger from a corporation I've never heard of. I'm telling you that you've been safe because you were hidden. And now you're not hidden anymore. Because someone hired me to investigate you. The job offer. His eyes sharpened. What job offer? Oh God. I just admitted it. Nina. What job offer? I pulled out my phone. Showed him the encrypted messages. He read them. His face went pale. When did you receive this? 3 weeks ago. Jesus Christ. Nina. This wasn't a job offer. This was a trap. What? They hired you to investigate me. To come here. To Vale Industries. Where there's press. Public records. Your face on employee directories. I don't understand. They couldn't find Nina Ray as the hidden child. But they could find Nina Ray as the journalist if she was suddenly working at a high-profile company. They flushed you out. Used your financial desperation to make you expose yourself. The room spun. The job, the money, it was all to find me? Yes. And now they know where you are. Who you are. Which means. His phone rang. He answered. What? Listened. His expression went dark. Locked down the building. Now. He hung up. Grabbed my arm. We need to go. Now. What's happening? Building security just flagged 3 armed individuals entering the lobby. They're coming for you. The escape. Ethan pulled me toward a panel in his office wall. What? He pressed a hidden button. The panel slid open. Emergency exit. This way. Fast. We ran down a narrow stairwell. Service access. Employees didn't know it existed. Where does this go? Basement. Private garage. We have 3 minutes before they breach this floor. We reached the basement. His car was there. Black SUV. Armored. Get in. I did. He drove. Fast. Out of the garage. Into the street. Behind us. I saw 3 men exit the building, running, looking for us. Ethan turned, accelerated, lost them in traffic. Where are we going? Somewhere safe. I have a location. Off-grid. They won't find us there. This is insane. This is completely insane. I know. I'm sorry. I should have told you sooner. Should have warned you before you took that job. You knew about the job offer? I suspected. When your application came through, I recognized your name. Nina Reyes. The child I'd been protecting for 20 years. Suddenly applying to work for me. It was too coincidental. That's why you hired me easily. You wanted to keep me close. I wanted to protect you. If you were here, I could watch you. Keep you safe. Figure out who hired you and why. And you did. Figure it out. Too late. They already know where you are. We drove for an hour. Out of the city. Into rural Connecticut. Finally, he pulled into a gated property. Remote. Hidden. Safe house. Inside, the house was modern. Secure. Comfortable. We'll stay here until I can figure out next steps, Ethan said. I collapsed on the couch. Processing. My entire life. A lie. My parents. Murdered. My identity. Constructed. And Ethan. The man I'd been investigating. Hired to expose. He'd been protecting me my entire life. I need you to tell me everything, I said. From the beginning. Everything you know about my parents. About what happened. He sat across from me and told me the truth. The truth about my parents. Ethan made coffee, handed me a cup, then sat down and told me everything. Your parents, Thomas and Elena Reyes, they worked at Meridian Energy, mid-level employees, accounting department. What's Meridian Energy? Energy company, natural gas, pipelines, publicly traded, worth billions, but underneath the corporate facade, they're corrupt. Environmental violations, bribery, murder when necessary. And my parents discovered something. They witnessed something. March 14th, 2001. Late night. They were working overtime. Heard shouting from an executive office. Saw through the window. Saw what? 3 executives. Holding down a man. Injecting him with something. He collapsed. Died. They staged it. Made it look like he'd had a heart attack at his desk. Who was he? Whistleblower. Engineer. About to expose safety violations on a pipeline. Violations that would have cost Meridian billions. So they killed him. And my parents saw it. Yes. They went to the police. The police were paid off. Dismissed their claims. Told them they'd misunderstood what they saw. Warned them not to pursue it. So they went to the FBI. Yes. To my father, David Vale. He believed them. Started investigating. Found evidence. Witness testimony. Documents. He was building a case. What happened? Meridian found out. Your parents were warned. Threatened. Told to recant their testimony or face consequences. They didn't. They didn't. They had a 5-year-old daughter. They wanted you to grow up in a world where truth mattered, where powerful people couldn't kill and get away with it. Tears filled my eyes. So Meridian killed them. Yes. Made it look like an accident. Single car crash. Brake line cut. Police ruled it accidental. Case closed. And me. You were next. 5 years old. Potential witness. You'd been there that night. In the office. Playing while your parents worked. You might have seen something. Might remember. I don't remember anything. They didn't know that. Couldn't risk it. So they were going to eliminate you too. How did I survive? My father. He moved fast. Got you into emergency witness protection. Faked your death. Car accident. Same crash that killed your parents. 3 bodies. Closed casket funeral. Official records showed the entire Reyes family died. But I didn't. No. My father got you out. New identity. New life. Placed you with retired FBI agent Linda Reyes, no relation. She raised you as her niece, loved you like her own. She never told me. She couldn't. Telling you the truth would have put you in danger. The whole point was making you disappear. And when she died, I took over. I was 15 when my father first told me about you. His last witness protection case. The child he saved. He made me promise, if anything happened to him or Linda, I'd watch over you. Keep you safe. You were a kid. I was old enough to understand responsibility. And my father died 2 years later. Heart attack. Real one. So I kept the promise. You've been watching me since I was 16. From a distance. Making sure you were okay. That no one was looking for you. Helping when I could. Anonymously. The scholarship. To Columbia. That was you. He looked uncomfortable. You earned it. I just made sure the funding committee saw your application. The Tribune job? You got that yourself. I had no involvement. But you knew where I was. What I was doing. Yes. For 12 years. Yes. I stood. Paced. I don't even know what this is. Stalking? Protection? Both. I never interfered with your life, Nina. Never contacted you. Never controlled your choices. I just made sure you stayed safe. Until now. Until now. When staying hidden became impossible. I turned to him. Why? Why did Meridian suddenly start looking for me after 23 years? Because someone else is investigating them. New whistleblower. New evidence. And Meridian is panicking. Trying to eliminate anyone who might corroborate the allegations. Old witnesses, including you. But I don't remember anything. They don't know that. And even if you don't consciously remember, you might under hypnosis. Therapy. They can't risk it. So they hired me to investigate you. To flush me out. Yes. Made you visible. Public. On employee rosters. In photos. Once your face was out there, they could identify you. Confirm you were the Reyes child. Then eliminate you. And you knew. When I applied. You knew this was a trap. I suspected. So I hired you. Kept you close. Tried to figure out who was behind it before they made their move. And you were too late. I was too late. Silence. I sat back down. Head in my hands. My entire life. Everything I thought I knew. It's all constructed. Fabricated. Not fabricated. Protected. There's a difference. Is there? My name isn't even real. Nina Reyes isn't who I am. It's who you've been for 23 years. It's who you are now. The child who was saved. She became you. That's real. What was my real name? Before. He hesitated. Tell me. Sophia Martin. Sophia Elena Martin. Your parents called you Sophie. Sophie. The name echoed in my head. Familiar. But distant. Like a dream I couldn't quite remember. I want to remember, I whispered. My real parents. That night. I want to remember everything. Nina. My name is Sophia. No. Your name is Nina. Sophia was a 5-year-old child. You're Nina Reyes. 28. Journalist. Fighter. That's who you chose to be. That matters more than who you were born as. I didn't choose anything. It was chosen for me. Then choose now. Choose who you want to be. And I'll help you become that person. I looked at him. This man who'd protected me my entire life. Who I'd been sent to destroy. Why? I asked. Why do this? You don't owe me anything. You could have let me disappear. Let Meridian take me. It's not your responsibility. My father made me promise. Promises to dead people aren't binding. They are to me. Why? He met my eyes. Because I failed him once. My father. He asked me to take over his work. Protect the witnesses he couldn't protect anymore. I was young. Stupid. I wanted to build a tech company. Make money. I told him witness protection wasn't my problem. And and he died 6 months later. Heart gave out. Stress. Too much weight carrying all those secrets. All those lives. I realized too late, it was my problem. These people had no one else. So I built Vale Industries specifically to have resources, money, security, technology, everything needed to protect people my father couldn't protect anymore. Your entire company exists to fund witness protection. My entire company exists to prove my father was right. That some things matter more than profit. That protecting the vulnerable is worth dedicating your life to. I don't even know what to say. You don't have to say anything. Just let me help you. We'll figure this out. Together. I wanted to trust him. But trust had got my parents killed. I need to think, I said. Alone. Of course. Guest room is upstairs. Second door. I'll be down here if you need anything. I went upstairs, lay on the bed, and tried to process the fact that my entire life was a lie built on a truth I couldn't remember. The middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. Too many thoughts. Too many revelations. At 2 a.m., I gave up. Went downstairs. Ethan was on the couch. Laptop open. Still working. Can't sleep either? I asked. He looked up. Too much to do. I'm tracking Meridian's movements. Trying to figure out their next play. Find anything? They're escalating. Hired a private security firm. Ex-military. These aren't just corporate enforcers. They're killers. I sat down beside him. Show me. He turned the laptop. Photos. Dossiers. 3 men. All with military backgrounds. All with records of violence. They're not hiding anymore, he said. They want you dead. Fast. Before you can talk to anyone. But I don't know anything. They don't know that. And even if you don't remember consciously, there are ways to recover suppressed memories. Therapy. Hypnosis. They can't risk it. So what do? We gather evidence. Against Meridian. The original crime. Your parents' murder. New violations. We build a case so airtight they can't silence it. And then you publish it. As Nina Reyes, journalist, you expose them. Tell the whole story. That puts a target on my back forever. The target is already there. At least this way, you're the one holding the weapon. I looked at him. Really looked. Dark circles under his eyes. Exhaustion evident. When did you last sleep? Couple days ago. Ethan, you can't protect me if you collapse. I'll sleep when you're safe. I'm safe right now. We're in a secure location. Sleep. Please. He shook his head. I can't. Every time I close my eyes, I see scenarios where I fail. Where they find you. Where I'm too late. You've been doing this for 12 years. Watching over me. When do you get to stop? When you don't need protection anymore. What if that never happens? Then I keep going. That's not sustainable. It's necessary. I touched his arm. Ethan. Why? Really? It's not just your father's promise. There's something else. He was quiet for a long moment. When I was 17, I failed someone. Who? My girlfriend. Sarah. We were in high school. She was being stalked. Ex-boyfriend. Violent. She told me she was scared. I said she was overreacting. Told her to just ignore him. His voice cracked slightly. 2 weeks later, he broke into her house. Attacked her. She survived. Barely. But she was traumatized. Changed. And I'd done nothing. Dismissed her fear. Failed to protect her when she'd asked for help. You were 17. That wasn't your fault. It was my responsibility. She came to me, trusted me, and I failed her. I swore I'd never fail someone who needed protection again. So you've spent 15 years making up for one mistake? I've spent 15 years trying to be the person Sarah needed. The person my father was. Someone who actually helps instead of just standing by. Ethan, you can't save everyone. No, But I can save you. And I will. No matter what it costs. The intensity in his eyes was overwhelming. This wasn't just duty. This was personal. You care about me, I said quietly. Not just as a promise to your father. You actually care. Yes. Why? You don't even know me. Not really. I've watched you for 12 years, Nina. I know you better than anyone. I know you fight for truth, even when it costs you. I know you're stubborn and brilliant, and you care more about justice than safety. I know you're brave and flawed and real. You know the person I've shown the world, not who I actually am. Then show me who you actually are. I looked at him, this impossible man, who'd dedicated his life to protecting strangers, who'd built an empire to fund witness protection, who'd watched over me for 12 years and never asked for anything in return. I'm terrified, I admitted. My whole life I thought I was just unlucky. Orphaned twice. Alone. But it wasn't luck. It was murder. Conspiracy. And I don't know how to process that. You don't have to process it alone. I've always been alone. Not anymore. He took my hand. Gentle. Nina, I know this is overwhelming. I know you're scared. But you're not alone. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. We'll figure this out together. What if we can't? What if Meridian is too powerful? Then we make them pay anyway. Even if we lose, we make sure the truth gets out. That your parents' deaths meant something. You'd risk everything for that. I'd risk everything for you. The words hung in the air. Charged. Dangerous. Ethan. I know. This is complicated. You were sent to investigate me. You probably still don't trust me. But I need you to know, whatever happens next, I'm on your side. Always. I should have pulled away. Should have maintained distance. Instead, I leaned closer. Show me the files. Everything you have on my parents. On Meridian. I want to see it all. Are you sure? I need to know. Everything. He pulled up files, decades of research, my parents' original witness statements to the FBI, photos of the crime scene, the executive office where they'd witnessed the murder, the whistleblower's autopsy, ruled heart attack, but notes from a skeptical examiner suggesting injection site, police reports dismissing my parents' claims, threats, anonymous letters, warning them to stop. Then the accident report, brake line severed, ruled inconclusive, and photos, crime scene photos, the car, my parents' bodies. I turned away. I can't. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. No. I need to see. I need to know what they did. I forced myself to look. My parents, killed for trying to do the right thing. And photos of me, 5 years old. At the scene, pulled from the wreckage, alive, crying. I survived, I whispered. You survived because you were in the back seat, strapped in. The impact killed them, saved you. I wiped tears. They died protecting me. They died fighting for truth. You're your parents' daughter. You're doing the same thing. I'm terrified I'll fail. You won't, because you're not alone this time. I looked at more files. David Vale's witness protection records. My relocation. New identity. Linda Ray is taking me in. School records. College transcripts. My entire constructed life. And Ethan's notes. Years of monitoring. Making sure I was safe. You've been watching me since I was 16. Yes. That's intensely creepy. You know that, right? He almost smiled. I know, but I didn't know any other way to keep you safe. Did you ever want to contact me? Tell me the truth. Every day. Especially when Linda died. You were so alone. I wanted to reach out. Tell you that you had someone. But doing that would have exposed you. Put you in danger. So you stayed silent. I stayed silent. And hated myself for it. I looked at him. Exhausted. Dedicated. Impossible. Thank you, I said quietly. For what? For keeping me alive. even when I didn't know I needed saving. Nina, and I'm sorry for investigating you, for thinking you were corrupt. You're the furthest thing from it. You didn't know. You were doing your job. I was doing it for money. I took that job because I was desperate, not because I cared about truth. And now I care about the truth, about my parents, about making sure Meridian pays. Then let's make them pay. We spent the rest of the night planning. Ethan had evidence, years of it, documents linking Meridian to the original murder, new violations, environmental crimes, bribery, more deaths. This is enough to destroy them, I said. If we can get it published without being killed first. How do we do that? Multiple outlets. Simultaneously. We give the story to every major publication. New York Times, Washington Post, Guardian, Wall Street Journal, all at once. They can't silence everyone. And my name? Nina Reyes publishes this. Yes, as the daughter of Thomas and Elena Reyes, witnesses they murdered. You tell your story, their story. You make it personal. That ends my anonymity forever. Yes, but you'll be too high profile to kill quietly. And the truth will be out. That's what your parents wanted. Will you be part of the story? No. My role stays secret. The witness protection program I run, that needs to stay hidden. If Meridian knows about it, everyone I protect becomes a target. So I have to leave you out entirely? Yes. That's not fair. You've done everything. I've done what was necessary. You're the one who will face the consequences. You're the brave one. I'm terrified. Bravery isn't not being scared. It's being scared and doing it anyway. He stood, held out his hand. Nina Reyes, will you help me take down the people who killed your parents? I took his hand. Yes. Then let's get started. Day 3. The Discovery. We spent 3 days at the safe house, organizing evidence, writing the story, preparing for publication. Ethan taught me about the protection network he ran. 57 people, all witnesses to crimes, all hidden, all safe. This is incredible, I said. You've built an entire underground witness protection program. It's what my father would have wanted. It's more than that. It's a legacy, something that matters. Does it matter if no one knows? It matters to the 57 people who are alive because of you. He smiled. Small. Sad. I wish I could believe that's enough. It is enough. More than enough. We work side by side, reviewing documents, fact-checking, making sure everything was airtight. And somewhere in those 3 days, something shifted. The way he looked at me, the way I looked at him, from protector and protected to something else. Partners, equals, maybe more. The breach. Day 3. Evening. I was writing. Ethan was on his laptop. Security monitoring. He froze. What? Motion sensors. Perimeter. Someone's here. How? This location is supposed to be secret. It is, which means they tracked us. Somehow, he pulled up security cameras. 3 figures, moving through the woods, armed. We need to go. Now. We grabbed essentials, laptops, documents, evidence. Ethan led me to the garage. Different car, nondescript sedan. Get in. Before we could, gunfire. Windows shattered. We hit the ground. Back door. Ethan pulled me toward the rear exit. We ran. Into the woods. Darkness. Behind us, shouting. More gunfire. They were hunting us. Ethan grabbed my hand. This way. Stay close. We ran through trees. Stumbling. Branches cutting. Cold. Where are we going? Secondary extraction point. Half a mile. They'll follow us. I know. Keep moving. We ran. Behind us, flashlights. Voices. Getting closer. There. I see them. Gunfire. A tree next to us splintered. Ethan pulled me down. Behind a fallen log. Stay here. Don't move. Where are you? He was gone. Disappeared into darkness. I heard scuffling. A grunt. A body hitting the ground. Silence. Then Ethan reappeared, dragging an unconscious man. One down. Two more. Come on. We kept moving. Reached a road. A car was waiting. Engine running. How? I called backup. Get in. We jumped in. The driver, a woman in her 40s, professional, accelerated immediately. They breached the safe house, she asked. Yes. They're getting better. Faster. We need to move you again. Somewhere more secure. No. We're done hiding. We publish tomorrow. After that, it doesn't matter if they find us. Ethan. It's decided. Drive to the backup location. We finish the story tonight. An apartment in Queens. Small. Nondescript. Owned by a shell company. Untraceable. We arrived at midnight. The driver, Margaret, Ethan's head of security, swept the apartment. Clear. But this is temporary. You have maybe 48 hours before they find this location too. We only need 24, Ethan said. Nina publishes tomorrow morning. After that, we go public. They can't kill us quietly if everyone knows who we are. Margaret left. It was just us, Ethan and I alone. Exhausted. Alive. That was close, I said. Too close. I underestimated how quickly they'd find us. How did they? Probably tracking your phone. Or mine. Or they have someone inside my organization. Inside your organization? It's possible. Meridian has resources. They could have planted someone. Then we can't trust anyone. We can trust each other. That's enough. I looked at him. This man who'd risked his life for me. Multiple times. Why are you doing this? Really? It can't just be a promise to your father. It's not. Then what? He stepped closer. Because I care about you. Not as a responsibility. Not as a promise. As you. Nina. The person you are. You don't know me. I've known you for 12 years. Watched you grow. Become who you are. And these past 3 weeks, working with you, seeing your mind work, your dedication to truth, I've never met anyone like you. Ethan, I know this is complicated. I know I've been watching you in ways that are questionable, but my feelings are real. And I need you to know that before tomorrow, before everything changes. What are you saying? I'm saying I'm falling for you. Have been for longer than I want to admit. And if tomorrow goes wrong, if Meridian finds us, I needed you to know. My heart pounded. This is insane. We're running for our lives. This is not the time. There's never a right time. So I'm taking the wrong time. Nina, I care about you. More than I should. More than is smart. But I do. I should have said it was inappropriate. That we were in survival mode. That feelings didn't matter. Instead, I said, I care about you too. His eyes widened. What? I came here to destroy you. And instead, you saved me. Showed me the truth. Gave me a purpose. You're the most genuinely good person I've ever met. And yes, I care about you. Probably more than I should. Nina. But after tomorrow, we can't see each other again. He stepped back. What? Why? Because if we publish this story, I become a target forever. And you need to stay hidden. Your protection network. The 57 people you're keeping safe. If Meridian connects you to me, they'll investigate you. Find the network. Everyone you've protected will be exposed. I don't care. I care. I won't let my story destroy your work. So we publish. I take credit. You stay anonymous. And we go our separate ways. That's not. It's necessary. You taught me that. Some things are more important than what we want. Tears filled his eyes. You're protecting me by pushing me away. I'm protecting 57 innocent people. And yes, you. I don't want to lose you. You never had me. Not really. We met 3 weeks ago under false pretenses. This isn't real. It feels real. Feelings aren't enough. Truth matters. And the truth is we can't be together without destroying everything you built. He looked away. You're right. I hate it. But you're right. So tomorrow, we publish. Then we say goodbye. Tomorrow, he walked to the window, stared out at the city. I wanted to take it back. Say we'd find a way. But we wouldn't. Sometimes the right thing is the hardest thing. You've made it this far. Congratulations. Now, if you're feeling generous or just want to see what other adventures I get myself into, hit that subscribe button. It's like a digital high five, but with more notifications. Let's get back into the rest of the story. The final draft. We worked through the night, finishing the story, making it perfect. I wrote from the heart. About my parents, the witnesses who died for truth. About Meridian Energy's decades of corruption, murder, cover-ups. About being the daughter who survived, who remembered nothing, but who would make sure their deaths meant something. Ethan provided evidence, documents, photos, testimonies, everything needed to make the case ironclad. By 6 a.m., it was done. This is incredible, Ethan said, reading the final draft. This will destroy them, if we can get it published. I've already contacted the editors. They're waiting. We send this, they publish within hours. Simultaneously. No one can stop it. And after? What happens to me? You'll be famous, infamous, a target, but also untouchable. Too public to kill quietly. And you? I'll disappear. Like I always do. Protect the others. From the shadows. I wish it could be different. So do I. He handed me his laptop. Send it. You should be the one. I opened the email. Recipients: New York Times, Washington Post, Guardian, Wall Street Journal, Reuters. Subject: exclusive corporate murder cover-up. Daughter of murdered witnesses exposes Meridian Energy conspiracy. Attached, the full story. 15,000 words. Hundreds of documents. My finger hovered over send. This changes everything, I said. That's the point. Once this is out, I can never go back. Never be anonymous again. No, you'll be Nina Reyes, the journalist who took down a corrupt empire. That's a pretty good legacy. I looked at him. One last time. Thank you. For everything. For saving me. For giving me the truth. For being genuinely good in a world full of corruption. Thank you for reminding me why I do this. Why it matters. I pressed send. The emails went out. Within seconds, replies started coming. We're publishing this in 3 hours. Exclusive. Thank you. This is extraordinary. Publishing today. Front page. Confirmed. We're running this immediately. It was done. The truth was out. By noon, the story was everywhere. Front page of every major newspaper. Top story on every news site. Billionaire energy company linked to murder cover-up. Witness daughter exposes decades of corporate crime. Meridian Energy executives indicted on multiple charges. My phone exploded. Interview requests. Book deals. Documentary offers. Nina Reyes. The name I'd lived under for 23 years. Now famous. Ethan watched the coverage with me. In the small Queens apartment. Our last hours together. You did it, he said. You took them down. We did it. Your evidence. Your protection. I couldn't have done this without you. The byline says Nina Reyes. Sole author. I'm not mentioned. That's how it has to be. Your network stays secret. Safe. He nodded. I know. Still wish I could take credit. Stand beside you. You'll be standing beside me. Just invisibly. Like you have been for 12 years. That's not the same. It's safer. By evening, Meridian Energy stock had crashed. Executives were being arrested. Lawsuits were filing. The empire was falling. And I was at the center. You should go, I said to Ethan. Before anyone connects you to this, before they start investigating how I got access to all those classified documents. You said you had a confidential source. They'll accept that. For now. But eventually, someone will dig deeper. You need to disappear. Before they find you. What about you? I'll be fine. I have 1,000 interview requests. Book deal offers. I'll be too public for Meridian to touch. And alone. I've always been alone. You don't have to be. I touched his face. Gentle. Yes, I do. Because keeping you safe matters more than keeping you close. He pulled me into his arms. Held me. I don't want to say goodbye. Then don't. Just go. Please. He kissed my forehead. If you ever need me, ever, call the number I gave you. I'll come, no matter what. I know. I mean it, Nina. You're not alone. Even when I'm not here, I'm watching, protecting, always. I know. He pulled back, looked at me one last time, then left. I watched him go. The man who'd saved me, who'd given me the truth, who I couldn't keep. And I cried. For my parents, for my lost childhood, for a love that couldn't exist, but also for hope. Because the truth was out, and I was alive. 6 months later, the fallout continued. Meridian Energy dissolved. Executives were convicted. The original whistleblower's family got justice. Settlements were paid to victims. My parents were exonerated. Their murder officially acknowledged. I wrote a book. The Witness Daughter, Truth, Murder, and the Cost of Justice. It became a bestseller. I was offered jobs at every major publication. I started my own investigative journalism nonprofit, focusing on corporate crimes, giving voice to the voiceless, using the platform my parents' deaths had given me to make a difference. And every night I thought about Ethan, wondered where he was, who he was protecting, if he ever thought about me. One morning, I found an envelope on my doorstep. No return address. No postmark. Inside, a newspaper clipping. Small article. Page 12. Anonymous donor establishes witness protection fund. $100 million endowment to help crime witnesses stay safe. And a handwritten note. Your parents would be proud. I'm proud. Stay safe. E. I smiled through tears. He was still out there, still protecting people, still being impossibly good. And maybe we couldn't be together, but knowing he existed, that someone like him was in the world, that was enough. 1 year later, I was at a journalism conference, keynote speaker, talking about investigative ethics. After my speech, a man approached. Dark hair, gray eyes, different name tag. David Chun, cybersecurity consultant. But I knew those eyes. Ethan. Ms. Reyes. Excellent speech. Thank you, Mr. Chun. I was particularly moved by your comments on protecting sources. The people who risk everything to tell the truth. Someone once taught me that some things matter more than personal safety. Truth is one of them. Wise person. The wisest. We stood there, in a crowded conference hall. Strangers to everyone else. Everything to each other. Coffee, he asked. If you have time. I have time. We went to a quiet cafe. Talked. About work. About life. About everything except what we really meant. I've been following your work, he said. The nonprofit. You're making a real difference. I'm trying. Someone showed me it was possible. To build something that matters. Are you happy? I thought about it. Yes. I'm doing work I care about. Honoring my parents. Making sure their deaths weren't meaningless. That's more than I thought I'd have. And personally, I'm alone. But not lonely. There's a difference. Is there? Yes, lonely is wanting something you can't have. Alone is accepting what is. Which are you? Both, depending on the day. He smiled. Sad. Beautiful. I should go. I have a flight. Important meeting. Of course. Thank you for the coffee. He stood. Hesitated. Nina, if things were different, if we'd met under normal circumstances, do you think? Yes, I think we would have. Me too. He left, and I let him, because some love stories don't end with forever. They end with goodbye, and that has to be enough. The end. Keep the notifications on so you don't miss out on the next story and share with your loved ones.